class by letting go of any thoughts or feelings that don't serve you at this time. Saving all that stuff from the long day or the week or whatever it is for later, and trying to arrive to a nice easy place of stillness. Starting to deepen your breath and find your nice rhythmic, intentional breath here. Maybe you'll inhale on a count of 3 and gently exhale on a count of 3, starting to cultivate that wonderful breath of yours. We're going to draw one hand to our heart and one to our bellies and start to actively deepen your breath, feeling the rise and the fall of your lungs inside the body. We're going to gently draw both hands into our heart space. Put your fingertips wide here, and on a big inhale, we're just going to stretch both palms up to the sky. Take a little back bend here, find a big stretch across the belly. Bring your thumbs to hook here, and spread your palms nice and wide. We're going to slowly, with control, start to hinge forward at the hips. Roll all the way down into your ragdoll pose here. We want to bend our knees a lot. Release your bind, let your arms hang heavy here. Sway from side to side. We're going to bend our knees a great deal here. Try to bring your thighs onto your rib cage, and we're going to sweep those arms forward and then back. Wrap your arms around the backs of your legs here. Give yourself a gentle little pull here. Try and round your spine. We're going to keep that grip that we have around the legs, and then slowly, as much as it feels comfortable to you, start to extend through the backs of the legs, finding that stretch into your hamstrings, a little bit of tension in the low back. We're going to release the grip and let those arms hang long. Let gravity take over in those arms. Bringing some weight into your heels, we're going to start to slowly roll up our spine to stand once again at the top of the mat, allowing the crown of the head to arrive. We're going to sweep our arms out and up to the sky. Take this great big inhale here. And on an exhale, we're going to field goal post our arms wide. Draw your elbows down. Feel that stretch across the front of the shoulders and into the front of the body here. Exhale all the air out of your body, and then on an inhale, sweep your arms back up to the fingertips underneath our eyes. Bending into the right knee, gently peeling that left arm high. And finding those little rolls of the wrist here. Then on an exhale, gently releasing back into your fold. We're going to take a step with one foot towards the back of the mat, and then the other, find your high plank here. We want to find our shoulders over our wrists and our hips over our knees. Gently start to lower the heels. We're going to walk our heels close. Find your top of the push-up here. We're going to take those heels over towards the right side. Gently lean the hips here. Try and keep some weight into that left palm. Inhale and roll those hips and those heels through center and take them over towards the left side. Inhale and roll. Take them over towards the right. And starting to once again link your breath with your movements, finding these gentle sways. Try and keep that rotation in the low spine. Your heels are passing through center, pause. We're going to gently lower both knees down. Find your tabletop position. Sway out in your hips here. Take a round or two of your cow. We're going to keep our hips stacked high over those knees, and we're going to start to walk ourselves out into our heart-melting pose. So reaching those arms long, you want to find a big stretch across the front of the chest here and into the collarbones. Try and spread your palms wide. Find a resistance in the arms here. You can settle your forearms down and your forehead if you'd like. But if you want to keep that active stretch going, I suggest you'll keep your arms and your forearms lifted and gently allow your weight to stretch out here. We're going to start to gently lower the forearms down. You start to inhale and swim down onto your belly. We're going to lower the hips. Wiggle the legs closer together. Zip the legs up. We're going to come into Sphinx pose. So we want to really draw our abdomen in here to protect our low back. You want to find an extension through the crown of your head. It's like tucking the chin here. Should feel good. We want to keep that engagement in our belly so that we can protect our low spine. Right arm and gently start to thread it underneath the left. We'll cross those arms and then start to walk those elbows wide towards opposite corners of the mat, finding this little shoelace pose. I like to tuck my toes on my feet and gently press forward onto those arms. You'll find a deeper stretch across the tops of the shoulders here. Try and allow your weight of your upper body to deepen that stretch. Gently bring a lift into the crown of the head. Start to wiggle those elbows back. We're just going to gently uncross the arms. Come back into your Sphinx pose for a breath or two here. Then we're going to find that second side of that shoelace. So this time we're going to thread that left arm underneath the right. And then walk those elbows wide, crossing the arms as deep as you can, as feels comfortable to you. Then finding your expression here, maybe tucking the toes and giving yourself that little roll forward. towards the ceiling and take some gentle rocks here of the legs, rinsing out your low spine. Give yourself a little release here. We're going to draw both hands underneath our shoulders, tucking our toes. We're going to press back through a tabletop momentarily. We're going to start to slowly press those heels or those hips high to the sky. Roll up into your downward facing dog. Pedal out any way that feels good here. Lift one heel and lower the other. We're going to take a big inhale here. We're going to stretch that right leg high to the sky. Find your three-legged dog. Options here. You can bend your knee and stack your hips. Maybe you'll find some great big hip opening circles. This feels really good to roll out into the hip socket. Or if a flip dog is in your practice and you want to roll inside out. We're all going to meet with that right leg extended high into our three-legged dog. We're going to draw that knee towards our nose and then gently step that foot between the hands, dropping the back knee and untucking those toes. Inhale, sweep your arms forward and up for your Anjaneyasana. We're going to exhale and frame out that front foot. Take that right hand and bring it towards the inside of that right ankle. We're going to tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, start to flatten out in the left heel. We're going to start to extend all the way up into our triangle pose. So you want to find a straight right leg, lift that left arm high, lift and lengthen here. On an inhale, we're going to find a reverse triangle. So we're going to lower the left arm and we're going to draw that right arm forward and up. Find a great big side body stretch here. Reach long from fingertips to toe. And we'll inhale to a tall spine. We're going to release our hands towards our hips. And then quarter turn those right toes out towards the left edge of the mat. Inhale, peel your shoulder blades back, lift the crown of the head, find a big breath here. And then exhale, start to hinge forward, release your hands to the floor. Find your halfway lift, and when you're ready, lower even further here. Coming into your Pasarita fold here. Maybe you'll walk those hands and reach for the right side of the floor, reaching for some mat space. You've decided to go, we're going to meet with our hands underneath our shoulders, find palms or fingertips, find that flat spine. We're going to start to quarter turn towards the top edge of the mat, pivot the toes and the hips, frame out that right foot into your runner's lunge once again. We're going to lower that back knee and untuck those toes. This time we're going to shift our weight back towards our heel, slide some length into that right leg, find your Ardha Manasana, half monkey pose here. We want to try and keep a big tall spine, and you want to bow over that leg. Try and lead with your heart space here. Another option from here is to walk those hands towards the outside of that right leg. You'll find a nice stretch for that IT band on the running along the outside of that right leg there. That's a good stretch. And if you took that option, we're going to reframe the right leg and start to gently draw that heel in. We're going to plant into the sole of that foot. Inhale, sweep your arms forward and up, back into your Anjaneyasana. tuck those toes, sweep those arms forward and up on a big breath, find your Anjaneyasana. Take a big breath and then exhale, reframe the foot. We're going to take our left hand, draw it towards the inside of that ankle. Tuck the right toes, lift the right knee, and start to extend out and up into your triangle pose. You want to lift that right arm high. There you go. We want to try and lift and lengthen. Try not to round down. Try and create elevation here. Stack your arms. It's not so much important where that bottom hand is, it's more important where the stretch is coming from. On an inhale, we're going to reverse, so we're going to sweep that left arm forward and up, right arm slides down. We'll inhale to a tall spine. We're going to release our palms once again to our hips. Quarter turn the left toes out towards the right edge. And this time we're going to heel toe, or we're going to take our ankles and turn them towards each other, taking our knees wide. So right away you're going to find a little opening in those hip flexors. Start to gently rock from side to side. And as you do, lower those hips down. We're going to release our hands to goddess. Try and shift around here. Find that opening in the hips. Lower your seats. Try and challenge your stretch. We'll pause in stillness and goddess here for a few deep breaths. We're going to release our hands onto the tops of our knees, ground some weight down onto your palms. We're going to start these little shoulder flosses from side to side. Dip one shoulder and then the other forward. We'll find stillness with those palms on the knees. And start to slowly turn those heels back out. We're going to extend through the legs and then slowly slide the palms down towards the ankles, fold down into your Pasarita once again. Just hang heavy here. We're trying to find a big stretch in our hamstrings here. So try and keep that lift in your spine. You want to stretch into the hamstring. Taking any sort of bind, gently release your arms. We're going to bring the palms underneath the shoulders. Find your halfway lift. And we're going to start to walk our hands and our upper bodies around towards the top edge of the mat. Frame out the left foot into your runner's lunge. We're going to lower the right knee and untuck the right toes. Start to shift your weight back towards that heel. Slide that length into the left leg. Find your half monkey. As before, we want to try and keep that elevation in the spine, and we want to bow over that leg. And then not forgetting to take that IT band stretch if you option for that on the other leg. We want to walk those hands around towards the left side, roll onto the outside of that left heel. Reframe the leg. Find your half monkey for a moment here, and then start to slide that leg and that heel in. We're going to plant into the sole of the foot. Inhale, ripple forward and up into your Anjaneyasana. Exhale and reframe that leg. We're going to tuck the right toes, lift the right knee, sweep that left leg up and out to the sky, three-legged dog. find your downward facing dog. We're going to unplug the hands and start to travel them back towards the feet. Find your forward fold in the back of the mat. We're going to take our index finger and our middle finger here. Gently give yourself a little yogi toe lock around the big toes. Keeping a gentle bend into the knees right now. We want to support our backs and our bellies on our thighs. Take those little fingers around those toes and give yourself a gentle little yogi toe lock. We're going to start to extend the hips higher, start to find your forward fold. And then we're going to start to flare those elbows wide, pull onto those big toes, try and actively draw your belly down. You want to find resistance in the hamstrings as well as activation in the arms here. Really give yourself an active pull here. Try and draw yourself down towards the floor while you're also extending through the backs of the legs. We're going to find a halfway lift on an inhale. So flaring your tailbones wide, find that extension through the crown of your head. Then slowly we're going to re-descend down into our fold. Plant the palms and start to travel back out to your downward facing dog. On an inhale, right leg's going to lift. We're going to draw that knee to our nose and then step that foot between the hands. Plant into the left palm and then peel that right arm high. Find your lunge twist. Now we're going to be strong in that right foot. We're going to think about getting light in the left fingertips. So maybe you'll spider them onto fingertips here. This is going to be a tough one. Rise up into our water wheel facing the right side. So on a big inhale, start to upright the spine, reach those right arms back and those left fingertips forward. Now, keeping that twist in the torso, we're going to start to helicopter our bodies around, flatten out in that right foot. Left foot, find your warrior two. So our warrior two, we want to find that 45-degree angle on that back foot. Adjust your warrior any way that you would like. We want to find our shoulders over our waistline here. You want to bend into that front knee. Find that opening on the inside of that leg. And we're going to flip the palm of the right hand. And on an inhale, find your peaceful warrior. We want to try and target a stretch into those right side ribs here, really reaching that arm high. We're going to inhale back to our warrior twos. Come into side angle next. So we're going to bring that right elbow towards the top of that right knee and then draw that left arm high. We can extend that right arm onto the inside of that right leg for more traditional expression. Try and stack your arms, peel that lifted arm back. Now we're going to look down towards that right top of that right foot. We're going to start to gently peel that right arm high, rotate onto that left heel, and then come back into your lunge twist, peeling that right arm back up to the sky. We're going to lower that left knee and untuck those left toes. Start to draw that right arm back towards the wall behind you. Find this horizon lunge variation. Inhale that arm back high. we're going to frame out the right foot and then gently sweep that right foot back to meet the left. Find your tabletop position. Take a round or two of your cow here, sway out the hips. We're going to all tuck our toes and then hover through the knees, sending those hips high and finding your down dog. And then on an inhale, we're going to stretch the left leg high once again. And drawing that knee to our nose, we're going to step the foot between the hands. Heavy in that front foot, we're going to plant into the right palm and then draw the left arm high. Find your lunge twist. Now, getting that good foundation going in the legs, thinking about getting light in that right palm, we're going to find fingertips, and when you're ready, start to rise up into your, what is that, horizon lunge? Water wheel. We're going to start that fun helicopter rotation, so we're going to keep the arms long, rotate the torso, and then fly down that back foot. Find warrior two. We're going to put the palm on the left hand. Then inhale, draw that arm straight up. Find your peaceful warrior. Inhale back into your warrior two. We're going to come to side angle, so dropping that elbow towards the top of the knee, or extending that arm down towards the floor on the inside of that leg. Finding your side angle here. You want to draw that right arm high. And then we're going to look down towards the top of the left foot. Start to get light in those fingertips or that elbow, and then swap the hands out, planting the palm of the right hand, and then peeling the left arm high. Come back to your lunge twist. We're going to lower that back knee and untuck those back toes. Find that horizon lunge. We're going to reach that left arm back. And then inhale, sweep that arm up. We'll frame out the front foot. Step that left leg back to meet the right. Find your tabletop position. And from our tabletop, we'll tuck those toes once again. Well, actually, we're going to walk our knees together. And then take your heels wide. Gently tuck the toes. Start to press back. We're going to lift through the knees and walk ourselves back into our yogi squat at the back of the mat. Might need to heel toe those feet a little wider here. Sink low in the hips here, or maybe you'll support yourself on your knees, which is just fine. We want to try and find that sinking sensation in our hip flexors here. Maybe you'll shift a little bit from side to side. Pros in your practice, maybe you'll play around here, bringing the elbows and the knees together and taking flight into your little crows or crazy firefly pose. Returning to your yogi squat, we're going to inhale and stand all the way up. Sweep your arms up to the sky, take a big breath, and then exhale and sink back to your yogi squat. Inhale, we'll rise, sweep the arms forward and up. Exhale, sink it back down. We'll take one more. Inhale, stand all the way up. And then exhale, sink it back down. We'll plant the palms of the hands and we're going to walk forward into our high planks. Walk those legs together. Find the top of the push-up here. We're going to gently lower the knees, untuck the toes, start to bend at the elbows, come down to your belly. We're going to walk those palms underneath the elbows, and then start to inhale, side, bringing our legs and our heels together. We're going to find our locust pose here. So we'll take 2 rounds of locust. Before we do, we want to draw those bellies of ours into the mat. Catch your breath here, and on a big inhale, lift everything you can off the mat. We want to peel our arms, our shoulders, our legs, our thighs. Take flight into locust here. Really find that engagement in the posterior chain of your body. Peel those shoulder blades back. Draw a big, big breath here. Fill your body up. And then exhale and release it down. And inhaling, lifting the crown of the head once again. We're going to get ready for that second round of our locust. So bringing the arms and legs down by your side, draw a big breath, and then lift off into locust once again. Maybe you can find more elevation here. Strong and active. Really press the abdomen into the mat. Inhale and then exhale it all into the earth. We're going to draw those hands underneath our shoulders once again. And then tucking those toes, and we're going to press up into our downward facing dogs, pressing those hips high. On an inhale, we're going to stretch that right leg back up into the air, 3-legged dog. We're going to draw that knee to our nose and then step that foot between the hands. We're going to get light in those front fingertips and light in that back foot. And when you're ready, we're going to step up into our Dekasana, Warrior 3. Lifting that left leg up into the air. Try and square the hips here. Nice, strong, balanced pose. We're going to reach with those right fingertips towards the floor. Find fingertips and then peel that left arm high, coming into your half moon. Half moon, we want to rotate that left hip high. Try and stack the hips here. Lift the left leg a little higher than you think. And then slowly we're going to start to roll that left hand and those left shoulders down. Square off in the hips, find your standing L. Lift the back of the left leg. You want to find that engagement in the glute here. Strong in the post leg. And then slowly start to lower that left leg down. We're going to release down into our forward folds. On an inhale, we're going to find our halfway fingertips. When you're ready, we're going to hop off the left heel, right heel, take flight into your Devasana airplane pose. We're going to reach those left fingertips forward and down. Feel that right arm high, rotate the hips, find your half moon. Starting to round those right arms and shoulders down. Find fingertips or palms, square the hips, find standing L. Really press into the left foot. You want to try and square the hips, draw that right leg a little higher. Then start to slowly lower that leg down, release into your forward fold. We're going to inhale, find a halfway lift. Exhale and fold. This time we'll just plant the palms of the hands, step both feet towards the back of the mat. Find your high plank. Shift a little bit forward and back here. We're just going to start to draw that right knee forward and then bring that shin down. We're setting ourselves up for our little wonderful sleeping pigeons here. So, getting that stacking sensation going in the hips. We want to sit up nice and tall. Then walk your arms forward and down. Find that nice, easy resting posture here. Breathing deep. Starting to walk your hands back under your shoulders, finding that lift in the spine. We're going to tuck those left toes, lift the left knee, and then we're going to start to slide that right leg back out. Find your downward facing dog. From our down dog, we're going to unplug the left hand and we're going to reach it across towards that right ankle. Look up and underneath that right armpit. Try and draw those hips to re-square. We're looking for a stretch in the outside of that right hip. We'll release and walk that arm forward. Roll into your high plank. We'll draw the left knee up, taking it towards that wrist, and then wiggling those toes and that knee out, settling in for the second round of your half pigeon here. Getting that stacking in your hip, and then when you're ready, bringing your weight down and breathing nice and easy. facing dog. Send the hips high. We're going to unplug the right hand and reach for the left ankle with the right arm, looking underneath the left armpit, finding this little stretch in the side body here, in the hip. Then on your next exhale, gently letting go, we'll find that down dog for just a moment here. We're going to gently start to lower the knees down. Inhale up into your cow pose. Exhale, tuck it around into cat. We're going to walk the knees forward and gently cross at the ankles. Pass through your comfortable little seat here. We'll stretch our legs long. Then drawing the soles of the feet together and the knees wide, finding our little butterfly seat. Wrapping the outer edges of the feet here. We want to take this variation this time here. We're going to start to tuck our chin towards our chest. And then slowly start to round forward and down. Try to imagine if you could bring the crown of your head towards the soles of your feet. Trying to find a little stretch for those spaces between your vertebrae here. Try to actively draw those knees down. Maybe you'll extend through one leg and the other. We'll release the outer edges of our feet and bring the soles back down. Keep that bend into your knees. We're going to draw our hands down by our side, coming into our little bridge prep shape. We're going to start some little bridge flows at our own pace. So what they would look like is we're going to start to lift the hips, sweep your arms forward and up through the sky, and take them towards the back edge of your mat. Lifting through the hips, find that flex in the spine. Inhale, and then exhale, lower it all back down the way you came. So inhaling the hips high, pressing into the soles of the feet, sweeping those arms forward and up. And then exhaling and lowering. Gently taking these flows at your own pace. Maybe you'll really press into the heels and lift those hips high, or maybe you'll take it nice and passive. Stack your hips here, extend that right arm out long. Try to keep your shoulder blades pinned onto the mat here. extension into the palms, and then when you're ready, starting to unfold into your twist. Set that knee and those hips, stack them up. Maybe you'll take your gaze out towards that extended left arm. Starting to unravel back into your center of your mat. We have a little bit of free time here for an inversion of your choosing. Maybe you'll roll up into a shoulder stand or take a sleeping tiger or a waterfall pose.